with you. I, for some time, traveled abroad, and that when I came back, I was asking some of my colleagues who are pursuing the matter in court, and that what is the situation now? And they said it is still the same situation, is hanging. CLOGSAG issue has been public servant issue or civil servant issue, and the issues have generated a lot of bad news. Nobody cares in the civil service about how somebody is using his money. Your salary is not enough. It's being deducted. Some people say they are managing your funds, and you don't show interest. Over a time, the accounts of CLOGSAG is an issue. It has to be raised. Issues concerning CLOGSAG financial issues, financial matters, has to be addressed and addressed properly. And that Mr. Bampo, who is the executive secretary, has done a lot for the association. It is time for him to say that, oh, let me have the young men come in an opportunity, so that they will also come in with a new way of leadership. It is time for him to back out and say thank you for helping me, my association, union, and all that. Because currently he is making the case of neutrality, of taking the Controller Accountant General to the point that the Supreme Court has made his position or his verdict on civil servants' participation in politics. Yes, it is true. The neutrality subject matter cut across. But if you look at the controller case, controller today is not a civil servant. There is a pensioner who is serving on appointment, government appointment. He's an appointee of the state. He is no longer a civil servant. So taking him on is irrelevant in the first place. Making him look as if he's a civil servant is irrelevant. We need to do our checks, then we take him on. But Controller Act is made. Look, there are some key positions in government. Those positions, whether you like it or not, they are technical positions. You don't just get anybody doing it. Even to have anybody doing it in the competence of that person still needs time to do a reconciliation, to go over how this was done, how this was done, how this was done, how this was done. Then before the person takes over. But look at the situation as we find ourselves, and that somehow we want somebody to all of a sudden just leave the post. No. Controller's case, we need to take things easy and investigate issues before we come out. So I treat my brother, Mr. Bampo, who is very soon will also be a pensioner, that when his time is due for pension, he should know that he is no longer the executive secretary of CLOGSAG, and that he should back out. Because if he is insisting that somebody's pension is due, not too long ago, he will be due for pension in 2 years' time or so. He will also be due for pension. And when his pension time is due, he should do as it is. Leave the scene as a civil servant, so that the functions, the constitution of CLOGSAG, and the fact that he has served CLOGSAG in his capacity as executive secretary, even non-executive secretary, because as it is now, we went for an election which is confronted with no president being elected, no functional executive being elected, and interim is still acting. He's acting like the position as an executive secretary, because nobody has appointed him. And that is what he should know. CLOGSAG has been quiet because we want to have peace and work with government.